Hello everyone. Next, this task group template is also very important. Basically, a task group is for the tasks or activities that we perform at the customer site, or that a technician will perform. This is the catalog of tasks, or the service catalog that we maintain here. The hierarchy is, first, we create a task group. Under that task group, we'll have multiple tasks. We're grouping these tasks to see them easily, or to filter them. That's why we're using this structure. In the first template, you provide the organization details and the task group code. If you have it, you can provide it. Otherwise, you can keep it blank. Then there's the task group name. Here, you provide the task group's name, followed by the description. After that, there is the task group serviceable equipment field. This is where, if you want to map the equipment you've created to this task group, you can do that. For example, let's fill in some data. This template will let us know which task is related to which equipment. This will be helpful when we generate a quotation. It will be used in the price assessment form where we can see which tasks are related to a particular asset. In this way, we can select a task group here and provide a serviceable equipment name. We'll get the equipment name from the equipment master template here. We can copy the name from the equipment master template. Here we can paste the name, and it will be mapped against this task group. Now, when we generate a quotation or a field assessment form, if we enter an asset, it will filter our task groups based on this information. That's all the information for this. The description is non-mandatory. If you have a value, provide it, otherwise you can skip it. Basically, the service equipment part is mandatory. You must provide data here. Then the next template is the task template. You can see the color coding here as well. Red fields are mandatory. Yellow fields are not mandatory, but it is good to have data in these fields as well. The next step is to define the task against this task group. There could be multiple tasks in one task group. There is no limitation on that. This is the actual task, which the technician will do on site. These are the tasks in column D. Let me zoom a bit. You select the organization, then the task group. You can select it from the drop-down list. The task ID is not mandatory. If you have a value, you can provide it. Otherwise, skip it. Then there is the task name. In this example, the task group is this, and the task names are engine check and fix, muffler to replace, and alternator to check and fix. In this way, you enter the task name here. Then, there is the estimated time, how long it takes to complete this task. You can provide that as well. Then there is the price, which is needed to generate an invoice. If your company charges the customer based on the task price, for example, changing a muffler, the cost to change it is, let's say, $110 or 110 rupees. In this way, you can mention the price here. Whenever you generate a field service request, this price will be pulled there. You can change it there, but it will be pulled from here. Whenever you provide the details in this template, it will automatically create this task name in the product master as a service. We will create these products, and we will map this service price list against these tasks, or against these services. This is the tax category. You have to provide the tax category again with respect to this. This is all about the task. And then there's a checklist. The first level of hierarchy is the task group. Under the task group, there are multiple tasks. And under one task, there could be multiple checklists. Let's say you have to select the organization. Then you select the task group from the drop-down. Then select the task name from the drop-down. It should be related to this task group only. If it is not related, we will not consider this task name. Remember to input the correct data at the back end. It shouldn't be mixed like this, because fix dispenser is a task for the coffee machine. You have put the task for the dispenser for the coffee machine. You have to provide the right data in the correct places. Now you see, this is the same task. In this task, there are two checkpoints. Check the voltage from the output, check the current. In this way, you provide the checklist name and the expected results, if any. When the technician is on site, he can enter the details into this checklist, and you can see if the data entered is correct. When he completed the maintenance, to monitor it properly, for all the tasks, you can use this checklist in the system. There is no limitation. You can create as many checklists as you want in the system. Then there are maintenance tools. For one task, there could be multiple tools that need to be used. You provide the details similarly to the checklist. In this case, for alternator check and fix, you can see the two tools we've specified. a fluke multimeter, and a fluke ammeter. In this organization, task group, you have to select the task name from the drop-down, then the tool name. You need to provide it manually. Whatever name you provide here, we will create a product for that particular tool name. In our system, we need a product to get details into this field. With this name, we will create a product. This is the quantity, how much quantity is required to do this job. You can mention it here. Also, if you have the price, provide it. If not, skip it. And tax category. That is mandatory, you have to provide that. In this way, you provide the data for maintenance tools. And the last part is spare parts. As we know, we need some spare parts to perform maintenance at the customer site. There might be oil required, lubrication required, or some replacements, like a muffler, a gasket, and so on. All those spare parts we can create here on this tab. If these are created automatically, they will be fetched when you are creating a field service request. You do not have to enter them manually, they will be automatically fetched. If you see the task alternator check and fix, this is the organization you provide, task group you provide, task name you select. All of this you select from the drop-down. Then, a serviceable product or a spare part, which spare part is required to perform this task, if it is required at all. For that, you provide the spare part name, wire, engine oil, any spare part. Then, the description, if required. What quantity you need, the price per unit, the tax category, and the UOM. Tax category we have already discussed, and the UOM you pick from the available list. There are a number of UOMs available, you can pick from here. This defines the spare part and the quantity for that task, which we need in order to complete the job when the technician is on site. The next part is task skill. To perform each task, some skills are required. We can map skills to a task here. You select organization, task group, task name. Pretty much the same thing. These three columns are the same for all of these four tabs. After that, you select the skill level from a list, beginner, intermediate, or expert. You can select from here. Then the skill, which skill you need to perform this particular job. For alternator check, you see a beginner level electrical skill is required. Also, for alternator check, a beginner level engine expert skill is required. These two skills are needed for this particular task. Then the next task is for fixed stream generator. An intermediate level mechatronics engineer skill is needed, and a beginner level electrical skill is needed. In this way, you relate them, and you provide the skill data here. Whatever skills you provide, we will create them in our system. This is the task group. After filling all the data, validate it again. Everything looks okay, then you can move on to the next template. Hope that was clear.